Hello everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the my channel Great Mind. So today we are going to discuss about the microservices architecture. So as you can see that on Microsoft portals they have mentioned the microservices architecture styles. So before going to start learning the architectures, we should understand what is microservices, what are the microservices. So basically microservices are the small, independent and loosely coupled. A single small team of developers can write and maintain a services. So each services is a separate code base which can be managed by a small deployment team. So basically, as per my understanding, the whole summary of microservices is like the different services we have created, the different APIs, and each APIs have different database services, even that different module you can say that. But the endpoint will be handled by the gateway. It should be the single endpoint. Based on the client requirement, it will call and then response the value. So these are the things benefit like agility is very fast, small focus teams, a small code base. Are earlier in traditional way we were using so many configuration need to be do and then we'll have to do, and you can that scalability and also easy to test the services. So let me uh, let me open that the architecture which I have designed so that we can go with that one by one and how we can implement in .NET Core API. So we will go with the code as well. So here I have created the high level diagram microservices using .NET Core API with example. So here is the client application. You can give that any name of application which is creating like student management or employee management. So now I'm going to give that the employee name is employee management. So that application name is employee management, and you know that this is the gateway like where the data URL will be there, and by using this gateway the client can access, the application can access the all services. So here you can see that microservices one, which is employee registration API, microservices 2 employee attendance API. Microservices n means like multiple APIs more you can that like attendance management. After attendance management maybe that imply relationship management with some other department, or you can say that the qualifications, or else like that appraisal management or the increment decrement management, everything like you can add it my multiple services here. So as you can see that the database 1, database 2 and database 3. So by using this architecture we have to be developed that one architecture in using ASP.NET Core API by using the tools Visual Studio. So let's jump on the Visual Studio here, create the new project, click on the create new project and search the ASP.NET ASP.NET Core Core Web API. So you can select the C sharp here. So click here. Now give the application name. So I have written that the application name here. The first APIs will be the application registration. Okay, the solution name will be the application employee management system. Click on the next button. And you can see that the framework, like currently in as of now I am using the 2022 Visual Studio. So you can see that the long term support will be there. We have the 2.1, 3.1 and 5.0. Out of support will be there 6.0 long term support and 7.0. But as of now, whatever the default selected will have 6.0, I will go with that one. And configure for HTTPS, I will also go with that HTTPS and with, and whatever the default selected is there, keep that one only, and create on the click on the create button. As you can see that the employee registration management first API has been created, and you can see the solution like which we have given the employee management system, right? Now what we will do, we will just build for testing purpose whether the application has created correctly or not. So it has built successfully. Let me run this one. So you can see that by default, whatever the things are added in that application, that is there. I see that the weather cost controller will be there. So based on that, all this like endpoint will be there. Success get, we will try that one. So it is working, and also this one is Swagger. So we can see that these are the default things are there and it's working fine. So based on this output, we can ensure that our application is working fine. Now what I will do, we have as per the architectures, first services will be the employee registration API, second services will be the employee attendance API. Okay, so I have written the name here. Second will be the employee attendance. Go to the solution and then add. Go to the solution. Sorry, I was selected the project. Go to the solution. Add the project. Again search the ASP.NET Web API. Select the C# one. Click on the next and give the name employee attendance. So here you can see that the first project when we have created first API when we were creating, then there are like solutions or asking like the solution name and that the framework type and also like the which framework you will be use, that one they are asking. But as of now I am creating the new application in the same solution, so it should not be asked. Okay, click on the next button. See that the long term whatever you can change that one and then create. Click on the create. So now in our solution we have the two application. One is employee attendance management, another is employee registration management. So these are the separate two API as per the architecture. See, employee APIs and employee attendance API. So these two APIs has been in one solution. So what we will do, we will create that the models. So I have the some name will be there, models. Okay, I'm going to add the registration. Inside the registration I will add the model class. Okay, so these property I have taken. See, employee ID, employee name, employee designation, date of joining. You can also add the multiple property. Okay, and also we have to be add the controller. We'll go inside the controller, right click on controller, add controller, select the API and read write action, add, give the name here. employee registration controller. Click on add. So default there should be so many things will be there, but as of now I'm just creating the architecture. So we will go with the get only. Other things we can remove that one. Here you can see I am going to replace this one. So I have created the employee model. So getting the data and see, I have created the two models, object of same model, and adding that the static value employee ID1 and name will be the Siraj and senior software associate project and then date of time. Then again another one which is giving and giving the name of Gaurav Rajput and technical lead designation and then what I am doing, I am again going to be add into the list and same list I will be what actually I'm doing, going to like populate into the return into the list. So here you can see that. So list first one model and list second one model. Okay. So there are two value will be populated. Same things I will go with the another applications. I mean other the APIs imply I will add the uh, model as well. Just copy the model name, add class, copy the property. I can type, but for saving the time, you know, for that I have keep the on the notepad so that easy to. Okay. Now model has been created. I will go and create the controller as well. Right click on controller folder here. Select the API. Keep remember this one. You can select the API because as of now we are going to create the we are creating the microservices. Click on add button. Okay. Now going to remove that extra thing. We will have the only get. Here also I have added the employee attendance model and given the property IDs like employee ID, employee name, attendance, and attendance percentage. Employee ID will be 2 for second model. So, and then I'm adding into the list and returning the same list. Okay. So just build it, the solution. Yeah. So solution is successfully built. Now click on the solution and go to the property. You can see that multiple startup project will be there. As of now in our application, there are two product project. One is the employee registration management, and another is services employee attendance management. So simultaneously we need to be run because we are going to handle the microservices, going to satisfied with the microservices. Okay, click on apply and OK. Now click on the start. It will run, and you will see that uh, it will run in two browser. See, this one is employee attendance and see there are port number 7146 and you can see that the port number of there 7481. This one for employee registration management and this one for employee attendance management. Okay, so there are two services has been created inside the one solution which is employee management system, right? Now come to the go to the architecture. See, imply I've created these two, right? And database you can implement the database, any database you can add in separate API, separate database, whatever simple database you can also add it. I will also created the MS2 microservices 2 as well. Now the base the main thing as of now we can say that it is monolithic only, but see, when we are going to develop the gateway, we should create another API. We should have the another API project. So now go to the solution and add this one. So I will just take the name of API. Okay, solution, add, click on this one, solution, add project. Okay, ASP.NET Web API, select the C# one, go to the next and give the imply API gateway. Okay, next, click on the create. So this one also created successfully, right? Now what we will have, we can just this application imply gateway will be used to manage the gateway only. It has to be manage the gateway only. So what imply will call the gateway URL, and gateway will check which URL inside it has called. So MS1, microservices 1 and microservices 2 or so on. So for that we need to use the oscillate. Okay, so by using the oscillate we have to be uh, manage this one. Okay, so for oscillate we need to install the oscillate into the NuGet packet from NuGet packet manager. So let's go to the project and go to the tool, NuGet packet and package console manager, right? Click here and see there employee registration. You are going to manage your gateway inside the gateway API, so you have to select the employee gateway here and click on this one. So it has added. So for ensuring it has added or not, you can just go to the property, not dependencies, and you can see that package the oscillate 15.0.7 is added, and so as buckle is already there, so it has to be run into the Swagger. Now we will build this solution. Okay, so successfully it is building. Okay, the second things what we will do, we will create the oscillate.json file. Inside the gateway API, go to the add new item and type the JSON. Select the JSON file, give the oscillate json.name. Okay, you can see the oscillate is created, right? Now what I will do, so I am already having the JSON file. So let's paste this one. So what actually downstream path and downstream scheme, downstream port number, and upstream path and upstream template, upstream part will need to be set, so that uniqueness will have to be created here, right? But before going to run, we need to configure into the program.cs file. We have to add here the oscillate things JSON, because we are calling the oscillate.json from here to maintain this one, and also we have to be add the oscillate.wait after use authentication. Okay, so this setting is required inside the program.cs. Now what we will do, we will just again go to the solution, go to the property, see there multiple, and this one also will have to be start and apply and run. Now you can see that three browser is open. See this one at attendance, and this one is registration, and this one is the main gateway API, right? So for setting purpose, we will open the oscillate.json, and you can see that the employee attendance here. Okay, we will go to the controller and copy the controller name, employee attendance, put the employee attendance here, and you can say that the API main gateway API will be this one. Okay, go to the registration, we can copy the employee registration and paste into the downstream path template. Okay, the main will be the this one admission services for this one. Okay, and this one for employee services. So and also we will check the port number. For attendance employee, we have the port number this one, not this one, sorry, it is for this one. So we'll copy this one and paste into the oscillate the port number. Okay, same we will copy the registration one and go to this one and paste this one. Okay, now see, go to the property and launch the JSON. You can see this one for the port number, right? This is the unique port number for the client. Now we will run this one application, and we will use the single endpoint, which is API gateway, right? Now copy this one, go to this one, and in go to the oscillate. You have maintain the URL. See that API. You can copy this one and run this one. You can see the employee one implies Siraj and Sari, and this one second one will be is running from the from where employee attendance. Employee attendance means the employee. Employee attendance means the employee. Go to that employee attendance controller. See that Siraj Ansari, Gaurav Rajput, 2 and 100. Now same way we can test this one employee registration as well. You can see in oscillate we have the API name will be admission services, right? can create here, enter. See that the employee which and the designation senior and the joining date will be this one. Okay, so that's how, like, this port number is belong to this UI, means the gateway. So as per the architecture, the gateway imply management, any web application is calling the gateway, and what gateway is doing, gateway is checking in oscillate managing the single UI, and and passing into this one, and checking in database whatever there, and again passing to the gateway, and gateway is passing to the our those who are calling the services. Same way in MS2 also, but gateway will be the same. Gateway will be same means till this one will be the same. Only you will pass the API name, which is managed into the oscillate. So by using the single endpoint, you can call the API one, which is the employee attendance and employee registration. So one by one, you can call that one, right? Okay, so that's how we are configuring the microservices by using the ASP.NET Core API. Okay, you can see that this is a gateway, this is the attendance management, this is the registration management. You can also add the salary management, department management, or designation management, whatever required into the application. You can required into the application, you can add the services, so you can manage the multiple services. Same, you can go into the gateway and add the downstream and upstream here. Okay, based on that it will work. Okay, that's it. uh, I think we have covered the all these things. Thanks for watching. We will next video we will cover something different. Thank you.